friendship, and we really appreciate it and thank you from the bottom of our hearts, Ganit, my wife, and myself. We will now, with your permission, go to the lighting of the candles. Before that, Konbarak will be the first to light the first candle, and friends and guests will each one light another one. I will be the last and finish with the last candle. Barak, please.
Just a few words. I know what I'm standing between you and the food, so. So first of all, thank you very, very much for coming here. It is really a big pleasure for us to have you all here, dignitaries, minister, distinguished friends, all of you. This is the first time that we're actually trying to do something like that in the auspice of the ambassador to bring together both Thai and Israelis in one. It's a great for us because it's taking place in one of our events, and it's a happy holiday for all of us, and just before the New Year. So hopefully 2015 will be a great year for all of us, and I bless you all with happiness, joy, and without further ado, let's start.
Just before we start lighting the candles, for our Thai friends who are not familiar with Chanukah, which is a Jewish holiday, let me just give you briefly 2 words about what does it mean for us. First of all, Chanukah is a holiday in which we commemorate and celebrate events that happened 2,200 years ago, which is compared to the Jewish history, which started approximately 5,000 years ago. It's a relatively recent event. There are a lot of traditions and that evolved and developed throughout the centuries around this holiday. One of the traditions is lighting candles. Others has to do with some food, as well. A Jewish holiday you cannot have without food, and games and toys for children. But what we celebrate, in essence, is a miracle that, Hanukkah evolves around the story of the Jewish people in the land of Israel during the time of the Hellenic, the Greek empire, which were actually the power of that time, who occupied the land, and the small Jewish community, Jewish people in Israel revolted when the Greek prohibited them from conducting the Jewish traditions. And this is the Jewish revolt in the country of Israel, the land of Israel, in our homeland. And one of the miracles is that the small Jewish community succeeded in defeating the Greeks and establishing independence in our homeland, the land of Israel. And this story goes back 2,200 years ago. The next time that we had our independence in our homeland was when the State of Israel was established 66 years ago. So almost 2,100 years difference. In between, we were spread all over diaspora. But come to think of it, conditions haven't changed much. We are still few, defending and fighting for our independence against a lot of enemies. But as we always do, we are resilient, we will survive. One of the myth and mythology of the story of the Jewish revolt in Jerusalem is, in the temple, the Jewish temple, the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, they used to light a menorah, something very similar to this. Back then, they didn't have candles. They had the olive oil that used to for lighting. When they reconquered the Jews reconquered Jerusalem, they wanted to renew the tradition of lighting the menorah. They found only a small can of olive oil. And the legend goes, and the story goes, that this small candle, this small can of olive oil was sufficient for 8 days. And from this comes the tradition of lighting 8 candles. I always say that for children it's like explaining today that you charge your smartphone for 1 hour and it's enough for 8 days. So if this makes the story a bit more understandable to our modern era. And this is why we light 8 candles. It goes that every night we start with 1 candle, and every night we add another one until we get to the last night of Chanukah, where we ate the entire menorah with 8 candles, which is tonight. So, 8 is almost good. So, with your permission, I will ask. מה? אני אגיד, אתה תגיד. אני אגיד, אתה תגיד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו מצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר חנוכה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. אמן.
Why no more blessing? This is the time for the songs.
Yes.
ושם תודה נשבח, לפרחים מזבח, מצום נבח. אז אגמור בשיר מזמור, חנוכת המזבח. אז אגמור בשיר מזמור, חנוכת המזבח. נרות לנו שאנו מדליקים, נרות לנו שאנו מדליקים, על הניסים ועל הנפלאות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות שעשית לאבותינו, שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם, בימים ההם, בימים ההם בזמן הזה.
Thank you very, very much for assisting us and honoring us.
One more.
חנוכה מקדשנו, תהילו ושמחה, נמלא את ליבנו, לילה ויום זיכרוננו יזור, סופגניות נאכל גם לאור. היינו על הניסים ועל הנפלאות אשר חוללו המכבים. על הניסים ועל הנפלאות אשר חוללו המכבים.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can sit here and sing all night.
Something over there.
However, no Jewish holiday will do without food.
Only one. Only one.
Yom Kippur, well,
The highest holiday.
Why, you eat before you started?
you also eat before and you eat after, and you think about food in between. So, please help yourself. Enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.